Now, don't these two pictures look just alike? But
Pretty close, gosh.
pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
Now that's me and this is my mother.
Mm-hmm.
She was something else.
Oh, is that right? I figured she had to be.
Mm-hmm.
Good tree never bore bad fruit.
Sure.
And you could tell us about her too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, those kind of stories people need to know, you know.
Yeah. That's all the way.
Wait, Sally, tell me what you. I mean,
Just talk. That's all.
no, but as I'm saying, what did you want to know about me?
I want to know who you are. I'm just joking.
No, but for
I'm
real,
just-
because I want to know who you are because of. Wait a minute, Miss Pearl.
Pearl looking like a chippy today.
I am.
That's pretty good.
How you been feeling?
Oh, pretty good. I want to tell you, I have one of the nicest husbands ever lived.
Hey, that's all
Like
right.
I received the Mother of a Good Neighbor Award was given by Lit Brothers.
Excuse me, please.
Was given by Lit Brothers. You know when they were down 8th Market.
Oh yeah, sure.
And I was the Philadelphia Mother of a Good Neighbors Award.
Is that right? That's beautiful.
And the woman from Camden at that time,
Mhm.
she was a Camden Mother of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And one was from 69th Street
Mhm.
in Delaware Kind Mother of the Year.
Mhm.
So we all received Good Neighbors
Hey, that's good.
Mother of the Year Award
Mm-hmm.
for
What year was that?
I don't think you had any.
Yeah. God, I can't think of it. But I mean, I was living at 247 South 58th Street.
58th Street.
Yeah, that's where I was living.
Oh yeah, you lived up in the tops. I lived in the
Oh,
bottoms.
yes,
I live in the bottoms.
Well, George, we never lived at nothing but the top.
That's a picture of
Oh.
my father
Is that right? How you like that?
and Dr. Hakeem.
Is that right? Let me see if I can get that on here somewhere or another. Yeah, get it up here. It's almost on there. Yeah, that's nice. Look at that. It's on here. I ain't like that. This thing really, this camera is something else. I'll tell you.
Mm.
They took this camera to Mount Everest.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice. I got it on here too. I didn't think I could get anything that tight on this camera.
Right? When you see this picture here, he has been sick.
Mm-hmm.
About 8 years, 10 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, he had dialysis. He's on the hemodialysis. You know what hemo mean, don't you?
Hemo, is that blood? Is that?
Yeah.
Dialysis? I know
And
a
that's
few
what
people.
the doctor always told me to say.
Mm.
Hemodialysis.
Dialysis. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And he was on hemodialysis machine
Mm-hmm.
for about 10 years.
10 years. Well,
Because he died in 19. This was taken
mm-hmm.
1983.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the year. It was Dr. Hakeem and Mr. Hakeem.
Mm-hmm. He was pretty strong then.
Like I'm saying, he was like me. He was, I mean, I don't have dialysis, but he was on a dialysis machine. But she got one her father to take her
Mm-hmm.
his picture with her.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Now, how old was he when he passed?
What is that?
How old was he when he passed?
On this picture, he was about old as I am now. $1983.
He said 1920.
1983 when he died.
No, he died. Was it 83? Sure was, because that's the year Harmony was born, right?
All right, I'm telling you when he was down.
Hey, little buddy.
This is my granddaughter,
What's that?
Tatiana.
Hey, how you doing, Tatiana?
Come on, Dad. Think of Grandma.
Yeah, is that grandma? She's pretty, isn't she?
Come on, Grandma. Come on.
And that's her uncle. That's my little son. That's
Is
her.
that right? That's your uncle. That's the way it was in my family. My brother was the uncle to my brother's kids. Yeah. And he was scared to death of them. They used to beat up on him. Say hello to your grandma and everybody. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna home in on you now. You tell me what your name is.
Tatiana.
Okay. Say I am. My name is.
My name is Tatiana.
How old are you?
4.
4? Is all of you 4 years old?
Yes.
Boy, you're old. Well, let me see how what. You tell me what your name is.
Afuno.
Okay, and how old are you?
4.
4 years old. My golly, 4 years old. That's pretty old, isn't it? Yeah.
So, tell me your name.
My name is Clarence Harris. Yeah. But I wish I had a pretty name like you guys do. You guys have beautiful names.
How are you named?
My name is Clarence. That's not.
How are you?
Well, right now I'm pretty good.
How old are you?
Oh my gosh. You want to know how old I am?
Yes.
71.
71.
71. I'll be 72 years old next month. Yeah, it's nice to talk to you.
My father died when I was little, like when I was 6 or 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we was raised, see, that lady there was an educated woman. As much as they talking about folks that was down south, they couldn't read, they couldn't write, but my mother went to Benedict College. My children's life is altogether different because there was always a daddy there every day of their life. And when he came from work every day, he always had something good.
Oh yeah.
He always bought, it was like a can of candy.
Is that right?
Well, you bought that because he didn't want his kids running to the store.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because Joy was born right on 58th Street where she lives now. And there was always, like Joy, Miriam, Joy, and my youngest girl, Aaliyah, they was born at 247 South 58th Street.
58th Street, huh? Okay.
South 58th, you go over there and see the house sitting there now. Because me and Joy live in what we call the Shoatz house because we bought it in 1949.
1949, boy, that was.
You understand?
Oh yeah, that was a good while ago.
But one thing I always try to teach my children, you always have to say good morning to all the people on the street. That's if when you walk out in the morning, you say good morning. And you say yes, and no ma'am, yes ma'am.
Oh yeah.
If you see a fellow person, you say yes ma'am to them. And they were just, and I didn't believe in nothing but education. I mean, I know that we wasn't wealthy people, that we had a large family, so I wasn't telling nobody you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer. I think you must get an education. Because in education, nobody can ever take that away from you. And all them that went to Cheyney, at that time, when my oldest daughter went to Cheyney, we didn't know nothing. It wasn't nothing about loans and things. At least if they had them, the only person who had them was the professor's daughters, and somebody, other sister that, you know, it's one of those things, you know, my mother, I know your father.
Professor girls, daughters could go to school free, I believe, yeah.
Who?
They could go to school free as a rule.
Oh, you kidding?
Yeah, that's what my children went to Cheyney.
Yeah, but you was a professor there, wasn't you?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I know your children, but see, I had to learn that. We paid through, you know, paid whatever Cheyney was charging them.
Right.
And my oldest daughter, that, I don't know whether my daughter showed you her picture. What she did for her first year at Cheyney, besides what Dad and I had saved for her to go, then she sold, you know how the encyclopedias and things was getting me?
Sure.
And if you're selling, you're supposed to make that $500. Well, she sold one summer. She sold $500 that she cleared in candy and added up at night and saved all the money because she was promised a scholarship. Well, after she sold all her books and everything, and she made all her blouses because she could sew real good, and you know, like skirts and things. She would buy the skirts because they were pleated and everything. So she would buy a skirt, but she had every different kind of blouse that you ever witnessed. So she made her clothes. And then when she would get up to speak and say, I'm from a family of 10 brothers and sisters. And folk would say, 10 brothers and sisters? She said, what's the matter? Don't you wish you were one of them?
all right, I like that.
Don't you wish you was a Shoat?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look, because I'm proud I'm a Shoat.
All right, there you go, I like that.
When she graduated, Cheyney State College, I marched proxy for her because she, you know, that middle graduate, then you don't march until May. And she was in the Peace Corps.
In the Peace Corps, huh?
She was one of the first black girls out of Philadelphia that went to the Peace Corps.
Oh, where'd she go to?
She went to the, well, wait now. She was in South America.
South America.
No, I can down to Peru.
Peru?
With the Peru with the Inca Indians.
Oh man, that was an education right there.
She had an education because somewhere along the line, I know Joy got the pictures that there was. It used to be a Today's section in the Philadelphia Inquirer. They did a whole, you know, like on that Sunday Inquirer, that Today's paper, they did a whole article on her. And she loved the Inca Indians.
Oh boy, yeah, I guess so.
And so as I'm saying, so when they was interviewing her in one spot, when she was ready to really get finished after she left from Philadelphia. Well, you know how you do all Washington and everything. But then, because Kennedy had just come in, and she was in Peru when Kennedy died.
Oh, is that right?
So now, you know, we go back a few years. And so she was being interviewed about, she said around 4 or 5 folks in there interviewing her. Like not only her, the other ones that were there too. But she was mostly with the white fellas and white girls because, you know.
Not too many of us got involved in the Peace Corps.
And when they was asking her about your mother and father, she gave them her mother's name, her father's name, and how large her family was. And then when they got down to ask about occupation, so my husband was a teamster.
Oh, he was a teamster. Oh,
well, when everybody would say, "Oh, your husband was a teamster," I said, "Yes, but he didn't drown Jimmy Hoffa in the bricks or the stone or whatever." But it made a good living for my family.
All right, yeah.
Hey, anytime, they always talk about health benefits. That's what they call everything now. But when I met my husband, he was already working for the Teamsters. He wasn't what you call the boy off the street, you know. And they, for childbirth and health care that we call it now.
I'm okay, go ahead. I'm just taking some, that's all. Go ahead.
The children was from the day they was born, from 1 day to 19 years. And so there's no excuse for not, you don't have to worry about, hey, you're going to go into school, and if you had them knowing how to fill out all the papers and have them on time, they would have done a scholarship in there. But see, when somebody else come that knew how to fill out all these papers, oh, yeah. And then they made sure that it was a day late, That means that the time that would be that you can apply for the scholarship because she was on the honor roll every day of her life. Dr. Hakeem was on the honor roll every day of her life. And my oldest son, he went to Bach Vocational Tech. And when he went to Sayre, and then went to Bach. And then I said, I was younger and wasn't wise as I was then. But when he said, I'm talking about Philadelphia Public Schools now, from the day I first went there until the day I worked there when I retired. You know how they have the budget, don't have enough money? The day I went to the public school with one of my children, they wasn't going to make it until the next night. Oh, well, we'll have to close. So I coined an expression, SOS. And we made up the flyers. Save our schools.
Is that right?
And when I went down there and somebody sitting up there, one of the educators, they made a whole program around that, That's all it. So I just stopped calling Save Our Schools. I would say, Shoat's own school.
All right, there you go.
Because all my children went to Sayre, but Joy didn't go to Sayre. The only reason why she didn't go there, because after I just got really angry until I had to tell people I was a nice lady. If you had met me then, I was a nice lady.
Well, you're a nice lady now, aren't you?
Well, what I mean by nice then, because I was believing everything you all say until I caught every one of you in a lie.
Well,
and I never believed, I'm not talking about you, that's what I say.
You're talking about educators.
I'm talking about down in education, down to 21st and the Broadway. Until I had to call Dr. Weather. I remember you remember him, Dr. Weather?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, that used to be a superintendent?
No, I don't remember him.
Oh, well, after I went down there and called him around, oh, well, all that stuff, and he went talking, well. I say, Dr. Weather, I would like to call you Dr. Weather. And I don't want you to think I am disrespecting you. But I have to call you a dirty name now. He said, I heard a lot of folks use profanity. I said, I'm not a profanity woman. I never have used it. I never cursed in my house. But I have to name you Dr. Pisser. I'm a weather. And then he told me, he turned all around there. I say, the reason why I say that, because I believe so much in the Board of Education and still kept my children in public education. I never put them in Catholic school because they were wasting the public school. I mean, I know their philosophy. Because I'd taken some courses under, at that time was a judge, and his subject was, are you raising the delinquent? And had a finger pointed, like on the the thing, are you raising a delinquent? Because you see, we all involved in raising the children, whether we want to believe it or not. And then he was telling all how we raised a delinquent. And he went through the whole history of the Roman Catholic school. That Roman Catholic school wasn't built for African Americans. At that time they were called Negroes. The Roman Catholic religion was started in the United States and America to educate the pro-Eastern folks that was coming from the eastern part of Europe. Anyway. You understand what I mean? And so we just happen to get joined on, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Just like with the unions and everything else. And when we became a part, and then we ever seen prejudice practiced there.
Sure.
Seen prejudice pop after a while. I joined the Lutheran church. Dr. Hakeem was born Lutheran. I mean, they was born in Manchuria, but I was practicing Lutheran. And I decided why I was in the Lutheran church, because this particular Lutheran church, like I lived on 58th Street, so you go through Fair Schoolyard and go south and go right out the back gate, you come into the Lutheran church door. So I say, well, my children can go to Sunday school every Sunday, and they do not have to pay no car fare. So I went in to talk with the pastor, and I know they recruiting, you know, when the neighborhood start breaking down, all the churches and everything else, they start moving out. But that is why I was joining the Lutheran, because the one day when somebody told me, oh, you know, one woman got up and said, well, I don't know why you people are coming to our church. I said, wait just a minute. In the first place, I don't know why I'm here with you people, because you don't look like me. And then when we all got, you know, the women's group, and one day she made a statement, I told her, I must say, if you wasn't white, you didn't have nothing going for you. Because I have never met nobody stupid as you.
They play together real nice, you know?
Yeah. I'll tell you, there were a couple of, what? When I went to the hospital, my daughter was 3 months, I was 6 weeks.
Is that right?
Let me see your mouth. And I didn't even know I was having any more children.
That's pretty good.
I used to laugh at her because she has a child. How old is your child? 5? Yeah. I delivered her baby.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Who's your midwife? Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You guys just, I don't know what else are you surprised
with? A chair to sit in it. We're a rich man, poor man, baker man, thief, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief.
Hey, I haven't heard that in a long while.
And we all of them, right? Huh?
We have everything but a preacher.
Everything but a preacher? That's okay.
One sort of like evangelist, that's a preacher.
You
I am an evangelist.
Well, you can sit right there too if you want. Well, let me see. I mean, right back there, and I can pan between all three. Okay.
Right there, and then he can swing it like this.
Y'all just pan.
Do a faraway shot,
but when she says she's a midwife, but I do have a granddaughter. That is what, you know, now they call it midwifery.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Hey, which is nothing but midwife.
Midwifery.
But she graduated legally from a college, and she did her internship in El Paso, Texas. She lives in Atlanta.
Wow.
And when she was taking this midwifery, old grandma, she would call me, come on, I'm going to midwifery. And she was very excited about it, you know. And I told her the time that she spent being a midwifery, she could have done doctor. But she was crazy about that. And so we have everybody, but for real now, we don't have no pastor in the family. But
Well, you have a female evangelist, and in the Holiness Church, that's considered like a minister.
oh well, that's considered not a midwife.
No, that's another one of my hats I wear. A midwife, a whole bunch of them.
Oh well, but
One of the many hats.
But I know the evangelist in the Holiness Church is considered the pastor, right? Okay. But she's the pastor. And you know, and then out of my grandchildren, I have one that is actually I said she has a regular the one that you probably taught was named Sharon.
Sharon?
Sharon.
Well, let me see. Sharon was a tutor at Cheyney when I worked there. Sharon was a tutor there. I remember that much now.
I'm saying, Sharon, well, when she went on to IUP, you know, to get her master's in political science.
I guess I'm getting all more mixed up. The one that had the bachelor's in math. There was one that had a bachelor's in math, I think.
Well, no, I won't say. When she graduated from Cheyney, she graduated with a 4.0. And she won a scholarship to IUP. You know that university.
Oh yeah, I know where that is. Yeah.
Oh, what called one of the 14th. And so when she went there, she was majoring in political science.
Oh boy.
And when she got finished, but she had to have an internship. And for her to get an internship, for her to get her diploma from IUP, well, when she come, Grandma, I got to have an internship. I said, wait, no. I'll find out. I don't know how you get it, but I'll find out how. And I went to one of the superintendents I know real well, Dr. William Ross. You knew him too, didn't you? Bill Ross.
No, I'm afraid I don't know.
Well, he used to be superintendent of District 1. And so I say, Dr. Ross, I have never asked you for anything. But this is one time I have to ask you something. And when I told him that, I said, not me, but my granddaughter. If she's ready, she can graduate, but she has to have that internship. And he told me exactly how to get it, where to go to get an internship. And those are the kind of things I call helpful. And when she graduated from there and finished her internship with all her papers, her degree, when she went out job hunting, she went here and there. Went to the city of Philadelphia, went to the custom house, we used to call it down 2nd Street. And everywhere she went, she had a certificate of her internship, but the only thing, she didn't have no experience. So she went around about a year that she missed a whole.
Miriam, how are you?
That's okay. It's all right. Everything's all right.
Didn't get to that, Miss Pearl.
It's part of it. It all makes it more realistic.
She my left arm.
I'm fine. How you doing, girl?
And when she couldn't get that, well, one day she said, Grandma, I went. So over that summer you waiting, I told her when September came, I said, I'm going to tell you something. Why don't you go into and ask to be a substitute teacher? As I'm sure you can get them because I always got vacancies.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, I said, now you go down to 4601 Apple Avenue. And you go in there. And she went there. And the lady that was assigning substitutes for the whole school system of Philadelphia, I personally knew her. And she went there, and when she wrote her name down, when she got to her application, so she said, are you Miss Shoat's daughter? She said, no ma'am, I'm Miss Shoat's granddaughter. good thing for you. Because your mother ain't did nothing but good work all my life, and I've been knowing her ever since I've been in school district. I always had a helping hand for someone else. And I'm going to slot you. This man was going on his sabbatical. I'm going to slot you in his slot.
Hey, that's beautiful.
Hey, you ain't going to have to worry about nothing, because if you slot in his slot, you're going to be there just like him. And the
Family
man
ties, huh?
at the Heritage School, not the Harrington, but at the Heritage School, over there, 56th Christian. He was a 6th grade teacher, and she got slotted in that slot because he went on his sabbatical, you know, for February term. And she was there for the whole time, and the kids fell in love with her because first place, she was little and, you know, looked like her. She wasn't but 12 years old herself, because she just said, I don't wear no pants because I wear pants and make me look smaller. And that first day she said she went in school, they wanted to know when she wrote her name on the board. And the kids, first thing they say to her, because some of them bigger than her and taller than her. And say, you don't look like a teacher, you look like a girl.
Who?
That's what some of the students said. Oh no, some of the students said to her.
Of course you.
Yeah, we should stop in front of the class. You don't look like a teacher, you look like a student. And she said, I look like a student, but I'm an adult and I'm the teacher. And she made friends with that whole class of 33. 6th grade. And worked out well. And they thought she did a good job. At least that's why the grades are good. And that's what made her be in education, because she was thinking about being a lawyer. That's why she was going toward political science. And so now she's over there after she finished out. And then one day when she was teaching, she saw this notice on the teacher's bulletin board that says, as teachers teach. So she just pulled it off, you know, that thing on the L chain off.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, but kids saw that thing, and she pulled it off and said, if you're interested in teaching right here and everything. And like she said, she never thought she was going to be called or nothing. And so she had filled it out and mailed it. In 2 weeks, she got a letter. When she got a letter,
You want to get in there with her? You want to get up with your grandma? Great grandmom and grandma?
that's grandmom and grandmom and great grandmom.
Oh, yeah, great, yeah.
See, the little girl is my great granddaughter. That is I know where did
Joy.
That's Joy's granddaughter, and the little boy is my grandson. So that's great granddaughter and grandson.
Tell me this. Do you remember anything about Prohibition in Philadelphia? I do. That's why I was asking.
Did you go on? Did she go?
Huh?
Did she tell about her experience from the West Philadelphia area, being the first president of Hamilton Elementary?
Oh, I think she did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you moved in an area. I think she did. And she said that a lot of the whites moved out for sale signs.
Yeah, but everybody was fighting there. When at Hamilton at school, you had it was 3 black children. 2 of them was mine, and 1 was a girl named Virginia Samuel at 57th and Spruce Street. And as the white people was moving out so fast, and I went and I said they had in the school that was sponsored by the Hamilton Elementary School was a girl, a little brownie shoe, was a little cup pack. And so I said, well, with all the white folks moving, well, where was the black children? But they gonna get it? And so someone told me, so I went to the Boy Scout headquarters. I went to the Girl Scout headquarters. Wanted to know how I could maintain a troop at West Philadelphia. I mean Hamilton. So in southwest Philadelphia, you know anything, they use that anything south of Markham was south.
Oh yeah, I know it.
Well,
my uncle lived on Pasco Avenue.
Well, I went to the Girl Scouts and I went to the boys. I want to know what I had to do, what we had to do, because always another lady was with me, Mrs. Stiller. And the Boy Scout headquarters told me that the only thing I had to do is recruit a man, they preferable two, to be the scoutmaster and his assistant, and get a what they call IR, institution representative. That had to be a man. And then the women would be the little cubs, you know, the leaders. And well, the pack leaders as they call them. And then if I get that and I got them, they agreed to do it, I say, I don't know everybody, but I think I know enough that we will build up our school. And then after I got that, but the first I got the Girl Scout, the little brownies. And that's why they told us that first time in southwest Philadelphia that any pack or troop was ever black. And the first black cub pack that they first chartered it to me. And my school was the place that could be the institution, is Hamilton Elementary, that still sit there. And I found the ladies that, I got two ladies that want to be the Brownies troop leaders. Both of the ladies, one lady moved from Philadelphia, she moved to New Jersey. But the other lady I was talking to yesterday morning, we still a friend. And Mary can tell you, we had the little girl, then we got the little cub. And the little girl moved up to, intermediate scouts. The little boy moved from cubs to tenderfoots. And that's what I had over there.
On.
What did I say?
Go ahead, finish.
And so anyways, I'm saying, but those people that I made friends with, some people when she wasn't even crawling out to still, there is about 6 to 7 women that I still know that are older women than I am. I mean, older women than I am, just about older than me. They may not be in their late 70s. They're still my friends, that I can pick up my phone and call either one of them.
And you were the first African-American president of the home and school, weren't you?
Oh, well, see, the first place when I went to Hamilton, when I went to Hamilton, there was no, what they call home and school. I sit in the first organization of Hamilton Elementary when they organized it and made a home and school. Because once upon a time, they used to call it the PTA. You don't know a lot of people call it PTA? Well, they changed that name because the PTA, that was the same name, the same initial that the Philadelphia Federation teacher, and they changed it to PFP. And so, in Philadelphia, I think if you go through all the counties in Pennsylvania, that we're only named home school. And the home school was named, not for me, it was named, we have a school named after the first president of the home school named Julia E. Masterman. That's how Masterman School down there was named in the background. You know where Masterman School is where the old girls' high that was years ago down on Spring Garden Street. And so Masterman was named after Julia E. Masterman. Now what you saying, Mary?
Also, I was telling them how you had a great effect on all the women in that area and their children going on to college. and becoming doctors. And the experience, Ida, our oldest sister, is the first African American president at Sarah Junior High.
Oh yeah. At Sarah Junior High School when it first opened. My daughter then wasn't old enough to go to junior high school. She was still in Hamilton. But when she came to Sarah, and you know how they have the student government, and she run against them, that's when the school was 90% white or 99% white. And she became the first black student body president at Hamilton Elementary. At Sarah Junior High School. It's a middle school now at 15th and Walnut. And she'll tell you, are you old enough that you remember that party we had?
No, I wasn't. I was too young.
Oh, you were so little.
Yes, I was little.
Oh, well.
But tell us about the party.
Well, the party was well attended. And beside my own family, and there was about 3 other people, and one of the girls that came, I just know her, but she didn't go to Sarah because she still was living down what you call the bottom. And we had a big party, and as the principal say, Lee, what's the boy named Lee?
A long time.
He was the vice president, and the principal at Sarah Junior High School was named Dr. Robert Wayne Clark, and he spoke. He said, "If I had a daughter, I would want her to be just like Ada, because Ada is one of the most gracious young ladies he said he ever looked at in his life." And when she left there, she went to Philadelphia High School for Girls. When she left for junior high school, you know, if you're going to girls' high, you always leave in 8th grade, you know. And then she's out of the first class of the present high school for girls up there, Ogonson Broad.
And that was in the 60s, right? Or the 50s? The late 50s, 60s?
Well, yeah, late 50s, 60s, because I'm going to try. Well, the first class, we can look on the American, it was 72 girls in the class. And I think it was 3 African American girls and all the rest of it. Well, it wasn't the 72 girls, you know. And then when Alex they had what they called then, the day that always come around and you're choosing and getting ready to graduate, and you go and meet with your counselors to talk about what colleges and things. And I remember I went up to Philadelphia High School for Girls, that president sit with the pink marble case, showcase, because that way Dr. Wetter, what made me get in trouble with him. I didn't get no trouble, what made me have to call him that other name. Because when we didn't have enough for one to get something, and he went telling, not me, he was telling all the mothers in there, well, you see, when we think that we have a pink marble hallway, if you go in girls' high, it's pink marble. And he said and he was bragging about how much money they spent, and we just somewhere run out, we budget over budget. Well, I say to him, that's when I had to call him his name. You shouldn't have spent it all. You shouldn't spend no pink marble for sure. Hey, you didn't have to have a pink marble if you want to run out the money every time you get to us. When you get to us, the money all of a sudden run out. Mm-hmm. And that's the way I feel about it, and that's the way I meant it. And that's where I still mean it, and I'm not, as I tell them, I don't, as much as you hear all the change and all the change, there's change because the whole world has changed. You see. The whole world is changed, and you're not going to have the same students.
That's a toy.
Oh, yeah, it is a toy. Because you see, as the world changed, the people that young people and old people and everybody changed, you see. But I enjoyed every day of my life bringing my children up. And when it was, I went to work. I think my youngest daughter was 10 years old before I ever went what's called to work. See, I was running around volunteer, and when they went to, you know, if you're active and you're president and things, you get to go to a lot of places. And then, did you ever know Dr. Oliver Lancaster?
No, but I know some Lancasters in Germantown right now.
Yeah, Lancaster and Bide, the one that blows the weed.
Bard, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Bard,
his
yeah.
they have a brother that is a doctor of education, Dr. Oliver Lancaster, and he got appointed to Sears Junior High School, and when he came there, so that was when I really had just wasn't trying to be a lady at all, because I made a address in front of the Board of Education. You know, when you go to make the address, and that when Dr. Henry Nichols and Dilworth was the president of the board. And
Dilworth, I remember him.
Yeah, and I know, you know, he always shaking that cigarette. And Dr. Henry Nichols rubbing his stomach. So anyway, they were going to build the portables by Sarah School. And he was, we want to do this and want to do that. So I always asked them if they could add the addition on to Sarah. Now they told everybody but me that, that school couldn't have an addition. I said, can have an addition. It was just like down there, Southfield left high school, when it got overloaded, you could build an addition floor, you know. And always, right now, if you go there, when you walk in the front door, you see another whole set of steps beside going to the second floor. And so when you get to the second floor, they have the gates up there, and they have another set of steps going up there. And well, you know, they were telling me, I see these other steps are going to be the add-on up there with that crowded. Well, when it started talking about getting crowded, and they went to make a dual school, you heard of dual school, haven't you? Well, why can't you add on another floor instead of building the portables? But then they argued me down in a big meeting, trying to make me look like a fool, and other folks sitting up on the, looking back. I say, I know. And then they would tell me, oh, that's why you go up there at the, so you go up the steps to put the flagpole out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that's what they told everybody. I said, folks that had never been there believed it. And I said, on one thing, you bring out the blueprints to say. And when they say blueprints, so can you read blueprints? It doesn't folk look back. Did you go to engineering? You know, you just one of those things. Did you go to engineering school? And I went to engineering school enough to know that if you bring those blueprints, I'll read them for you. Because I can read, I can spell, I can pronounce. And we never did get the blueprints for us until Dr. Marcia Lee Young, you ever heard of her, haven't you? She is deceased now.
No, I don't remember either.
Well, Dr. Marcia Lee Young used to be the principal down to Salzburg.
Salzburg, yeah.
Yeah.
I know where that school is.
Yeah, I know you know where it's Salzburg. Well, anyway, And so she said, well, she had to call the man that was in charge of the blueprints, because every school in Philadelphia got blueprints straight.
Sure.
And then they brought it out. She said, I think that's the only time I won her in my corner.
Mm-hmm.
Because that first address that I addressed the board, oh, y'all should have heard it. I am here on behalf. And they always say all black kids are rude and crude. So I say, I'm here representing the rude, the crude, and the ignorant. I mean, that's why I'm here today. And all everybody we're laughing. I said, but let me tell you why I'm really here. I'm here for every boy and girl in Sarah Junior High School to get the best education that the school system has to offer. And I will always be behind the boys and girls as long as they're at school. And if I should move to another part of Philadelphia, I would always be for the boys and girls. And I'm for the boys and girls, like they say, some of them come in, like little bad things. See, if something happened, like in Colorado Springs, if they were the boys went and killed them, the whole school out. Well, right down here in Philadelphia, they make rules that said that night. And you got to go into the same treatment as if you was in that school. Did you ever know that?
Mm-mm.
I mean, did you ever teach in public school in Philadelphia?
I substituted.
Oh, well, I mean you had some business in the school.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what school you substitute?
Germantown.
Oh, you always lived in Germantown. Yeah.
No, I moved. I rode that in here. I drove from the Reading area to Germantown High to substitute. That's when I got laid off from RCA. But I didn't live in Germantown.
Well, we have one action. Did you like Mark Chen?
I had no problem with him. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't have had any interaction with him at all. Rizzo didn't like him though.
Oh.
Rizzo didn't like him. Rizzo
bought his
own people.
contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Rizzo made it very plain when he snatched. Oh well, if you were with that group when all went down there and demonstrated November 17, 1972.
No,
when all those students went down there. Because Dr. Fred Holiday was working down there at Mark Shed, and they wanted black English taught at at West Philadelphia High School. And then some of the high schools, not all of them, but I know West Philadelphia was involved. And when all the kids figured that they were going to march down Broad Street to have a meeting with Dr. Mark Chen and Fred Holiday, that bless his soul, he's dead. And when they been going down there, that's when the Rizzo brought in all the horses.
You were talking about West Philadelphia and the children went the African American English, and they sent the horses.
They sent the horses down to the Board of Education.
Okay.
That's when the student went down there November 17, 1972. Did you ever hear of Walt Palmer?
Oh yeah, I know Walt Palmer.
Well, Walt Palmer was down there. Ted Status, but we call him Ted Matthew. You know him too, don't you?
I'm not sure. I knew Walt Palmer, McCummings. You remember McCummings?
Yeah, I know McCummings.
Yeah, he was president of Cheyney at one time too, also.
Oh yeah.
Walt, him, and what was the other gentleman named? Dave. What was it? Dave. I can't think of his name. He became a congressman, a state congressman. Dave Taylor, Dave Thompson, or something like that.
Oh, that was president of Cheyney?
No, he did. McCummings became president of Cheyney, But Dave was the Dave Richardson, right?
Oh, Dave Richardson that dead.
Right. He
But
was
Dave Richardson
Right.
lived in another part of Philadelphia that I've never lived in.
Oh yeah, but all three of them were together. When you
Yeah,
saw
but
Walt,
I'm saying, but I didn't. You see, if you was raised in practically all your life in West Philadelphia and raised your children there, the most I know about North Philadelphia as much as I read in the paper and all of that, because Muriel, I don't know whether Muriel can know that my children wasn't allowed to go to North Philadelphia. Because we didn't think we was better than anybody. We just didn't want to be up there where they were ever been since I ever known them. At least, so the newspaper say, that was the highest crime rate. Every time the most money comes down, it always went to West Philadelphia, but every time you go up there, it looks the same.
yeah, my brother had a place at 3313 North 17th Street, somewhere like that.
Oh, you was in Nice Town.
That was nice time.
Well, he was out of North Central Philadelphia. He had gotten out of North Central Philadelphia.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember Richard real well. I worked at Channel 10, and that man was scared to death of me.
Did you work for Channel 10?
Yes, ma'am. I couldn't stand it.
Did you know a fellow back there, like he was like, I don't know what he did. His name was Ray, a great big old fat white fellow with his belly hanging down here.
Oh, Ray. Oh, there were a whole bunch of them like that.
Oh, I know that, but his father, his uncle, all of them were great big bingo players. Because he used to call bingo at night at 38th and Spring Garden.
Yeah, it was one he did they were cinematographers then before the videotape.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember Ray.
And when I said Ray, why I used to know him because at the bingo, he used to always say, tree. He never could say, at least he didn't say tree. He said, be tree. And somebody would, yeah, don't let it fall on me. And they used to have a bingo hall right down here on Lancaster Avenue.
Lancaster Avenue, huh?
Yeah, Lancaster Avenue runs the next block, not the next block because that's now branding. The next block over by the powerhouse is Lancaster Avenue.
Did you tell them about the experience about the Totland Playground? How the Totland Playground at 58th and Locust was, what month was that? Was named after you, Gladys?
November the 23rd.
November what?
November the 23rd.
November the 23rd, 1999. The Totland Playground at 58th and Walnut was officially named Gladys Shoatz Totland Playground. And all the officials was there, Cheyney Blackwell, Lucian, a lot of representatives were there. For my mother being a community activist for all of West Philadelphia area. And also she had a lot of activism at Tabernacle Lutheran Church. Tell them about that experience, Mom.
Well, I just was not an interested mother because I figure every mother is interested, but she shows it a different way. And if they wish to have more active mothers, and then if you get too active, she was in California then with when she and her husband and went to California. If you got too active, then they put a notice on every school door in Philadelphia called a 1010 or something. But you couldn't come in the school building without having permission to go to the principal's office. And so then they asked you one way when they asked you to come out. That's why I told them that everybody that wants to, and I will always be dedicated to the public education system of Philadelphia. But when you get too active, they think they can hurt you. But I didn't worry about nobody hurting me because I was around before they had any such thing as school community coordinators. They didn't have no aides, not even kindergarten aides. They only had nobody like school policemen. Never heard of such a thing. I'm not talking the Philadelphia policemen, but school policemen, NTAs, all that stuff came into being over the years. And the more help you got in the school, it seemed to me, it just got where, I don't know whether people feel that the children got so much better than what they used to be, but I feel that when you got too many people around, they don't always do this. I can't say they don't do this job because I didn't go to work to make a gain for living in the school system until my youngest child at 44 years old. The first day I went to work was 1967. October the 7th, 1967. And I was calling everybody, telling them I had a job, and they said, what you so excited about? See what's happening. And she want me to tell you about Tabernacle Church. Well, at the Lutheran Church, where all my children was raised up in, we was the second family of black folks that ever went to that church. And they didn't have enough children at the church to make a Sunday school. My children made the Sunday school, and then you had a couple other children. You know, like these, they had around 10 or 15 now. It fell down again, but it's grown up big and big. And with the Lutherans, even for the theology seminary, I was asked to participate there. And the way I speak, that's the way I spoke to them. And my name was Shoatz. And one day the president of one of the groups, he said to me, I was recommended by my pastor to be a very good lay person on that particular committee. And up to about the third time, so this Father Francis SHEROES was his name. I know if he's living, he's over 100 years old. And he always smoked a pipe. And then one day he felt up the nerves enough to ask me, Sister Shoat, smoking his pipe. When they know, you know, he said, you came so well qualified and all the things you had done until she had to be recommended by somebody before you could get in there. And he said, I just wonder, when I saw the name Shoat, and I wonder, where did you get that name from? I said, that's not my name. And he looked and said, what do you mean not your name? That was I said, that's my husband's name. And you see, if you knew my real name, you would get excited. But I imagine some good old slave master, or somewhere, some slave master had the name. So I don't know where Shoatz came from. I never researched it. But, and then he said, and then he grinned 2 or 3 times. And well, what is your name? I said, my name is Inabinnette. Here, Inabinnette, how is that? And I spelled it for him. I said, no, that's my name. That Shoatz is my husband's name. So don't ask me where it came from, because I don't know. And that's the way I still say I don't research the name, because when you go back, all of them will lead back to Thomas Jefferson. Somewhere along the line, if either he was in the bottom of the ship, not in the top of it, my father's father, my husband's father, was in the bottom of the slave ship, was up on the top like Thomas Jefferson. Now it's just as plain as that. Even they talking about now we want to teach diversified education so everybody learn to be diversified. Because they're afraid that they may run across some older people that know that this ain't no, when they went to witness Thomas Jefferson, but that was no surprise to them, no black people. Because we have a church right here in Philadelphia. I mean, 2 of them. Anybody your complexion, everybody touch your complexion. Anybody my complexion, wasn't anybody.
You talking about the brown bag church?
I mean, somebody named the brown bag.
Yeah, right.
But it had another name.
Yeah. Well, they were what? I'm trying to think. They're not Presbyterians, but they were.
No, I'm not. I'm not going back to Presbyterian. I'm going back to Baptist. I know a Baptist church.
You have a Baptist church like that too?
Oh, there was a Baptist church, but nobody that dark, no darker than you.
Right? I didn't know that. Gosh.
Oh, well, I know you're not old enough knowing.
Well, I knew of the brown bag churches.
Oh, well, I learned about the brown bag, but you see, my mother, daughters, we didn't think nobody was better than us because the brown bag, we call them half caste.
So
see,
you can't win either way, huh?
No, you see, there was a black mothers like me, and my mother used to call my mother, so she had to let her children know that her children was nice to anybody. When you come and talk me, you the brown bag or the light, bright, damn near white.
Oh, I've heard that one. Yeah, right. I tell that to the students. They say, "Oh, where you get that from?" The kids at school when I tell them about that. Yeah.
But you see, when you gotta have a daughter like the color me, well, at least my mother told us that we're as good as anybody because he had one father and one mother. You know, earthly father. It wasn't that this was my brother and that one is my brother. Oh, that's his father. You know how you run across the whole family, everybody got different fathers and things.
No, sure.
There wasn't but one father to all of my mother's children. My mother didn't marry the second time. And she made it very clear to when we got old enough and to understand that she wouldn't bring another man in her life over her husband's children. Because as she said, because you wouldn't teach your own child that dad the one to know about Uncle Jim was this and cousin Bub is that. Well, no, we just thought ourselves was the best of all.
Well, you know, that kind of stuff even tore families up, though. Families.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could have a family would range from so-called dark to almost light, bright, and almost white, you know?
Well, as I'm saying, but there ain't no dark man, ain't no black man ever had a white child.
Well, no, but I would say this much: you can take two black people who did not know that they had white ancestors and come up with something that's yellow, or vice versa.
What, they teeth?
Huh?
They yellow teeth?
No. Now, in my family, my aunt is the darkest one in the family, and she has the straightest hair in the family. Everybody else is about my complexion, and they have kinky hair. So I mean, it's like Russian roulette. When you start doing things
Well,
like
that is Russian roulette.
that's Russian roulette.
Well, who was the dark child kin to?
Huh? Kin to? All, as far as I know, they all have the same father and mother.
Yeah, well, one of the peoples had to be light.
Well, no, both my grandmother and grandfather were about my complexion, but they had kids. They had their children ranged from real dark to light, bright, and almost white. But it's because we call it genetic roulette. In other words, you don't know what. Do you remember a dinosaur had a baby one time years ago, and the baby came out brown skin?
Oh well.
And they checked her family lineage, and they found that they had an African in her family, and she put the child up for adoption.
Oh well, do you know? At least on 2020, because I look at that a lot. Did you see where the woman that hadn't even been 2 years ago had a set of
twins? Oh
twins,
yeah.
And one of them was born white and one born black.
But wasn't that artificial insemination or something?
Oh.
The eggs were fertilized in a petri dish.
But Mom, you was talking also about Tabernacle. What made you join Tabernacle, and how you helped build Tabernacle membership. Pastor Tarbert. Was Pastor Tarbert though? When you went to Tabernacle, was Pastor Tarbert the pastor?
Yeah.
Yes. And he used you. Not, I mean, I'm saying it. He not used, but he confided in you in a lot of areas of understanding the neighborhood and the people.
No, I confided in him.
Okay.
Because he came to my house.
Oh, okay.
And he wanted to know that he could safely walk through the street.
Oh, okay. Tell us about that
Because
situation.
if you come from a white neighborhood and you come into a mostly black, it will give, they're kind of apprehensive. Because you heard so many negative things about black people. And so you want, hey, you ain't walking big with heavy shoes on. and the white and black folks in there, hey man, they ain't thinking about it. They're trying to get to a party tonight. Hey, they ain't thinking about it. Hey, are you white? Are you black? See, that come down from the older people. Mm-hmm. And I got the story of, I ordered it off of WHYY.
Mm-hmm. The history.
I got the history of the blacks, that's really lined up, the blacks in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. And it's not funny, but I have to look at the picture and laugh. I was sitting there looking at it and I ordered it. I thought maybe one day some of my grandchildren, somebody may want to look at it. Do you know alumni of that name, Mr. Teagle?
Teagle?
Teagle.
Teagle. That name sound. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Teagle. I know them. Yeah.
Well, one day just ask him, say, you don't have to tell them to say, do you know somebody named Mrs. Shoat?
Watch your feet there. Watch your feet, little brother. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I'll talk to them every once in a while.
Well, when Mr. Teagle, what's the matter?
No.
Oh.
When Mr. Teagle what?
Was a young man, fresh out of Cheyney, brand new out of Cheyney, and got his first job. He got his fare. And well, I was president of the Home School Association at Sayre Junior High School. And then I always got a group of ladies that seemed to like my personality or whatever. And so we always had to say, if a new teacher come into school, we gonna go around, like one called the other one. We had a woman sitting on 58th Street. Hey, don't drop it on the floor.
Oh, you know what you're not doing? Yeah, you're not covering the stuff in the back of you. There you go. There.
Oh, is that what she was telling me to do? Oh, she was telling me to do something.
Actually, she was blocked. You moved the chair, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You didn't move the chair? Okay.
I might be a little shorter.
Well, that may be.
Yeah, you shorter than her.
That's what it is.
Yeah, because she blocked the shoes back there. Okay.
And so, and a woman lived on Walnut Street, covered the front of Sayre. One lived on 59th Street. You remember that Smith boy that used to be a real good friend of Hassan?
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to think.
You're talking about, his name is, Malik now.
Yeah.
Malik.
But he was on 2 block of 59th Street, now his mother. But she lived over there, she was active. So she kept that side with the back, with them doors that opened. Then we had somebody on Spruce Street. At that time they hadn't built
The recreation center?
The recreation center. So, we had somebody play and say, we gonna watch that school, because that's our school. Shoat's own school. SOS. Shoat's own school, they named it, not me. So anyway, so we always watch every who went there. But to make a long story short, when we heard this new teacher that we were getting a new graphic art, because he's a graphic art teacher.
Oh yeah.
And so he was really good in graphic art. So that, we would know, like the principal would tell us, we getting new this and new that. and he gonna be teaching graphic arts. See, we know all the rooms in the school where they were located. Every room in that school, from the sub basement up to that place where they say it couldn't be, where the stairs are built up there.
Mm-hmm.
So we would always call one of us would be ready, to go over to the school because we was on the home in school. So you can walk in school when you get ready because the principal always welcome,
Mm-hmm.
And then we ask the principal, oh, where's the new teacher at? We got the new teacher come in. So he said, yeah. Then he'll tell us exactly what room he was in. And that boy, we went to see Mr. Tinker, brand new teacher now. About 28 years old.
Okay.
And we all of them say, oh, you should come and see this.
Okay.
That's okay. That's all. It's not bothering me.
Oh, you should come and see him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we were teasing Mr. Tinker. That's why I said Mr. Tinker know me from the first day he ever was at least a teacher and said.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew him until the day I worked in there. I was, gainfully employed for 10 years. But I was a volunteer. I volunteered 25 years. And now they talk about the volunteer. I volunteered 25 years in the schools. The only thing we used to make in the play days, way back when they was wrapping the maypole.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Now you remember the maypole?
Oh, yeah.
Well, as I'm saying, we had the wrapping the maypole on May Day. And we few ladies that was really involved, we got all the cakes and things together, and all we had the hot dogs, and we knew exactly, we didn't have advantage at the elementary school, so we had to boil the hot dogs on a place. We didn't have a kitchen. At Sayre, you had all this stuff, but over at Hamilton Elementary School, there was no stove or nothing there. So we would boil the hot water and bring it out, cook the hot dogs at home.
Is that right?
Well, if you ain't got no stove, where are you gonna cook?
No, I'm
them?
saying, is that right? I mean, you guys were involved. That's what I'm saying. I'm not looking at the adversity. I'm seeing how you went around.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. No, the same,
And then it finally, the first year that we knew about it, probably was already in action up in Germantown or somewhere, because Germantown used to be a predominated white area, that. I mean down at, when the school turned, had more blacks than had white, when they got to be down to what they call a 70-30 school.
Is that right? 70-30, what does that mean? 70% black? And
70% black, 30% white. Then they got down to, the next year you come around, it was a 80-20.
What?
And then it went down for enough that they would call a 99 plus.
What?
99%. Hey, look, and the teachers formed the PFT, the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers. But when the teachers formed, and then that's when they said that you had to have the evenly divided faculty, because Dr. Shedd was saying that he wanted to bring where it would be equally divided. That all Northeast had white teachers, and all out there in Westfield that they had black teachers.
That's why Richard was after his skin.
And when they issued that Richard, so another teacher that is retired, we went down 36th and Market to the federal building for the man to tell us, or the woman, or whoever was up there. So we found out, me and Pearlie Moon.
Is that what you call her, Pearlie Moon?
Huh?
No, this is not her. A teacher. She was talking to me.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then they told us that, look, this law was made not to integrate your school. It was made to integrate the Northeast. That's what the law was for. So then that's when they said the faculty had to be 50-50 divided. So we wanted to know if it's 50-50. Now we want to know if you had 99 teachers. How do you make it 50-50? I've got to throw one away or throw them out the window. What should we do with them?
That's real graphic.
You know what I'm saying? So he went to turn his foot, and time to go to shaking his foot like that.
I'm always paying
and scratching his head. I said, I know you're not Mr. Doctor. I admire you. But honestly, goodness, I know you're not telling me the truth. And he said, why? Why, Miss Shoat? I don't dare call me sister, because that's our word. You can't call it. Sister means our word. That's for the black folks. Now, I said, well, you know what I'm saying, anytime you go to patting your foot and scratching your head, you know I don't feel it's true.
Non-verbal communication.
Well, how can we don't have but 99 teachers, so how you gonna be cut 50-50? How you gonna do with that other teacher? Either you have to give us another teacher or take one away. To make it an even number, to make it even. And so we had meetings during the week. We had meetings in the houses and everything, and we fought that down. And then the way it came out, one teacher was real boisterous there. His name was Mr. Joseph Jones. That just where his room stood on the front of the school, but he had to walk down the long hall every day, to go to the main office in the middle of the building. And he used to come in. He had around his wall, his blackboard, he had all the kings of Africa and Egypt and everything that represents dark folks. And he was having a song, I'm coming, I'm coming. He called himself Old Black Joe. But he wasn't that dark. But I'm coming, I'm coming. Old Black Joe, with my head not bending low no more. Well, we thought that was nice of him to say. And he didn't allow a kid to go out. They used to ask the children in the backyard. But as long as he was in lead, he stood at the front door every day and told the principal he and 2 other teachers, every child went out that building had to have a book. Because see, the school has got books now. Like you over here talking about they ain't got no books. There are a lot of books in school. But when they used to do the children, either they put them in the locker and leave them, or when they go home they forget them at night. But as I'm saying, I think Joy, I know, is a young lady that lives here. Dr. Hakim's niece, she is 18 years old at Overbrook Senior High School. And she got, she has new books. Hey, she has new books. She come home, she has her books on her book bag every day. And how many they have, don't you?
Yeah.
And so when the folks tell me, ain't no books in school. Ain't nobody never came down to open the books. Open up the new one. And then when we really got advantage of that school, we had a librarian. She got so mad until she was a white one, biting her lips, looking down sideways out of her glasses. She resigned soon. I mean, at least she left as soon as she got her opening. And that did us good because we were looking for our own librarian. We found this young woman, she was about your complexion. Very, very nice woman named Mrs. Small. Her name is Miss Thornton now. And we interviewed with her, and she came there and rearranged that library and put all the, Cher has an extensive library. Like one whole half of the second floor is a library look like, because we got the L-shaped library where the come in the front and then it goes down the side, from the front down to the back hall, and you should go in the home economics department and now they'll move all machines and things out to school. Now what you think what did that say?
They're doing that a lot of places. They even did it down Cheyney.
Oh, they did out Cheyney too?
We don't have industrial arts anymore, no industrial technology, no industrial management. Yes, that has been now.
Oh, well, the worst thing in the life, and you definitely Wade with him.
Oh yeah, he's industrial arts. That's his,
Oh
that
yeah,
was his
special art, and then he well, I know, he used to build the choir too, didn't he?
Who? Him?
Dr. Wade with him.
I don't think he was over the choir. I'm trying to think of his name now. He's I can't think of the gentleman's name now. He died a couple of years ago. Can't think of his name.
But that Wade Wilson that died a couple of years ago, wasn't he?
Wilson
too?
died within a few years of each other.
Oh yeah.
But one was head of the choir. He was head of the choir, and I can't think of his name.
Well, you hear when they passed the law, and when they made it that it had to be integrated all over, and that's when Cheyney got integrated.
Well, okay, that was.
Wade Wilson.
Yeah, I remember because I don't remember. I wasn't a Cheyney. I wasn't even thinking about being a teacher then. But one of the teachers there, he is Wilson. Wilson.
I meant Wade Wilson.
No, there's another Wilson. Who's at the state level. He was the mayor of he was the mayor of Chester at one time.
Oh yeah.
Then he got this job, a Republican job. I think it deals with fuel or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
But anyway, because the day that Cheyney, when he was saying that to keep the federal money, he had to take some whites in. Because that was all about money. You had to take some of your whites in. That's why you got them now. But that's the day that we stood up and said, Cheyney, and got a lot of students to say, Cheyney will never be the same. Because the one thing that we had that we were sure only one person could get, make the queen of the school, had to be African American. But when they brought the white one, the first year, the queen was a white girl.
Is that right? That's
right. Oh, that's right.
I didn't know that. That's see, I learned something.
Hey, look, when my children went to Cheyney, I didn't go there, but I kept up with it just like it was my house.
I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah. Well, you know Mildred Johnson then, did you?
Oh yeah, I know her. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she used to be dean of students over there.
Is that right? Oh yeah, Mildred Johnson. She lives right around the corner from here, sir, doesn't she?
I thought Mildred Johnson is in a senior citizen home.
She may be.
I think last year, because with Dr. Hakeem being a AKA,
is that right?
in the group that she had, they made up, they went up to the home, and all of them like made cards for her in a little basket, with a couple of goodness in it.
That's right. Her field was business administration.
Yeah.
Vocational education, right? That's right. I haven't talked to her in a good while.
Yeah. Well, but anyway, do you understand? Like you say, when they made the black good brain is a sorry thing to lose. What is that? The African American. You know when they have that drive every year.
Oh yeah.
Mine is a terrible thing to
No, not in the Negro. The one that Bill. That the pastor that used to be the highest black man in Congress.
That's the yeah. She was right there. She used that.
Mine is a terrible thing to wait.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Bill Gray.
Bill Gray, right.
I remember Bill Gray. But anyway, now they have some of those colleges which they made that somebody down in Congress in about the last 5 or 6 years ago said that they was discriminating because if they say a Negro, a mind's a terrible thing to lose, and if it was Negro, only the Negro college or whatever how it was, that's the only one that could get in the funds out of that. And when Lou Rawls and all got in, it really was a big thing,
Right, now Cheyney can't get that kind of funding because it's not considered to be a black college.
Well, it's not a black college, they got black children.
Right.
Cheyney is a university of the state of Pennsylvania.
Right,
and that's what I know some folks that was talking about They, about 5 years, they talking, oh, Miss Shoat, I'm working at that. I said, it seems to me if y'all have all the poor in the world, if you want to say Cheyney can support itself, so pull it out and put it into black colleges and don't let it be one of the 14 colleges.
You think just
Because
like
the 14 state colleges, none of them can get none of that point. But I heard that now they are breaking it down. Now I heard that from somebody. I heard, I'm trying to think, what lady was telling me how they going to try to break it down. They're going to try to give scholarships to more black students and keep it overloaded like that.
Well, they won't, but they can't give scholarships to black students at Cheyney.
I know.
That's the sad part about it. They can give scholarships to white students at Cheyney,
Oh,
but not black students.
No, well, the only thing I say like that, the only way you can give scholarships, and not that one that reminds a terrible thing to lose, with Bill Gray's over, hey, you can find the mother of a student that you want to go there and let her alone the money. So we loaning somebody some money. It's some kind of way that you could get around that, I think. But they haven't got around because I know, there's students that change right now, don't know about the 14 universities in Pennsylvania. It's 14 of them,
Oh, yeah.
And so, like when somebody come up, and some of them where they located, you still is the only black student if you're way out there in the boondocks,
Oh, yeah.
But it's a way that we shall overcome someday.
Yeah, well, I wonder when that day
We know, well, see, I'll be on the back line, I can sing when they say, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. A friend of mine, she's deceased, and we used to be back there in the line and say, we will never, this whole world now be like they say, we'll never overcome. Because when they do that kind of things to the schools, and that's when I hear black people saying, I am not a racist. You can't be one. Only people in the world that can be a racist is when they have rule over another people. And the only people in the world that is named by another man is the Negro. Negro, that word Negro was named not that he come across the Niagara River or nothing. The white man named the black man a Negro. So I say, did you ever know that?
Oh, yeah. No argument.
Now figure everybody else named after the country. How can pull you out? If you're from Mexico, you're the Mexican. If you're from Puerto Rico, I don't care if you can't say a word, you're Puerto Rican. But the only man in the world that another man named, that man was Negro.
Mom, tell me about how the black student unions first formed in the high schools.
She was started that.
Was it?
No, you mean with you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't tell that one. Oh, and you ain't never heard how black student union before.
It was because of that the first black student union started in the high schools and the colleges from a group of us.
Said Mama tell us.
Yeah.
Because y'all.
It's still 19 what?
No, that was after November the 17th, right when they
With the horses.
when they went down to the Board of Education to demand
It's supposed to go here.
Black history. And Lizzo had all those kids beat. But she didn't go down to the board. But the man that's supposed to be the man after your own heart, Foster, that y'all got one of the buildings I named Foster.
Marcus Foster, oh yeah.
Marcus Foster. He was Joy was going to West Philadelphia High School. Now the whole high school won Black History. They only thing the man that was teaching them history, Mr. Fisherman, only gave them mimeograph sheets. At least that's what way it came out. They didn't have a book, but they when you give them mimeograph sheets for anything, sometimes it would be out. You know how old mimeograph machines used to do.
Sure.
And so they went to, went to talking loud about it. So there was a group of students at West Philadelphia demanded that they have Black History twice. And Dr. Foster, Mr. William Ross, he was the head of the board. I mean, he was the board of, the school board of district like that man they have now, that's the Puerto Rican, like where Florida, Austin, and so on. And then they all came out to West Philadelphia. And then they gathered a group of students together. When they gathered the group of students that they say were making all the disturbance in West Philadelphia High School, they had 13 students, 12 boys, and guess who was the one girl?
Your daughter, huh? Do you have any photographs or anything like that? Photographs?
Well, I'm sure that if you want to, no, we didn't have photographs. I mean,
That's okay. You had the memories, though.
But anyway, then William Ross, old man white William Ross, was president of the Board of Education. He sent a night letter to all of the 13 parents, and I was one because my daughter was in it, that everybody appeared in front of the Board of Education. So now, after he sent the letter that my time to appear, he had all the chairs set up to sit in front of in front of the altar. I mean, well, not the altar, but in front of the seat. And we got together, didn't want us go. Didn't want us go. And didn't let the children go. And the next morning, the Philadelphia Inquirer had the board and the empty chairs that these disruptive students wasn't there. And I think the next night or the next week, he called another meeting. So that night, those kids still didn't go. So when Ross got, don't you remember we had a whole busload of people that went from Sarah Junior High School. PTC bus had it loaded with people. And I don't think nobody was Pastor Barry was going to speak. I think I was going to speak. Pastor Barry was one of our local ministers. Lutheran minister. And I think who else was going to speak. But anyway, they had students, from all over, anybody want to speak. And so after they went down and they talked about everything that wasn't much a part, they give you a pack of paper that good telling you everything the boy's going to do. That half of you ain't going to read, you're going to sit on it to make you taller. So anyway, he said, he called a young girl up, like somebody about 14 years old. And she went to adjust her feelings toward, like she went to talking about what all they didn't have in her school. I think she was from the old William Penn or something like that. And she was talking, and as she was talking in dinner, and she said, and Mr. Ross hit his gavel and said, and what? And she said, and then the Reverend Nichols said, and what, sister? She said, and that's why when they looked at her and said, and that whole boy sitting up in front of her and she standing there, and then she'd go back and say, and all of you all a bunch of MLP. So
The girl said what?
She said the 2 words.
Oh, I heard about that.
She said,
I think it was on. I think it was on Channel 12, wasn't it? It was
On Channel 12,
it
and
was on
all
Channel
of you, all y'all are a bunch of MF.
Yeah, it was on Channel 12.
Wait, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how you can find how I was there. Then naturally all the security run up together, you know, and everybody jumping up, you know, if you wasn't going nowhere. And so then it came my time to speak. And when me, my husband, and Saida, all 3 of us went up together. Because I picked up, you can look at old Daily News, I'm quite sure you can find in there. No, but the president of the board, Ross, when they're talking, now you see it's just like that girl there. That's what you got. You can tell there ain't no father there. And they don't have no respect, and they this and they that. All of them don't have no respect. And they push my button. And I caught my husband by the hand, and Saeed on the other side, we went up in front of him. And I said, Mr. Ross, this is my husband, that's my daughter. My name is Mr. Shoat. In case you don't know, you spell it S like stupid. See? And in case you don't know, I'm Miss Gladys Shoat, this is my husband, Mr. Russell Shoat, and that's my daughter, Gloria Shoat. And for you to say that child, I don't know if it's a child father or not. I said, but I am feeling worse than her, but one thing, I don't use profanity. And I say, you know something, you talk so down to people until we are tired of it. And so my husband like pulled my hand like tight like that. Because he said, Gladys,
be cool.
He said, be cool, be cool. And then I say, see my husband here, he's a nice man. He don't talk bad in front of white folks. But I'm ready to tell you something. And Lord knows it's not Christian. And we took them on, they printed us up with the Daily News. That Daily News is right now somewhere.
But we can go to the library.
Go to the library and get it. And me and Daddy and Saeed stand up in front of the Board of Education. I told him, in the first place, the home school wasn't nothing but a hen's den. Only people can go to home school at 1 o'clock in the day. That time home school meetings. And you're going to talk about fathers because ain't no black fathers there, ain't no white ones there either. The only white ones there, I said, you may be there. All everybody, the men's out working, that's a hen's den. Not the home school, but hens. But man, I figure how, and the only thing that I know and believe as long as I live, when a lot of young mothers was coming up pregnant with that, I don't know my boyfriend, I don't know this, I don't know that, I said, well, nah, all these black men, the black boys are white, they don't know how to say, and the girls are saying, I don't know. Well, these white men's not going to pay for these black men's children. Now, it's as simple as that. As simple as that. That ain't nobody paying for those children. And then when they started this Section 8 thing, well, you know, Section 8, can't nobody rent a house but a woman and her children. Did you ever know that? Oh, I know that. I knew when Section 8 first started in Pennsylvania because it come on right, Fannie Mae and all that group came. Because I used to belong to a group, we call it Tab Zone. Zion White Marsh, that was a all-white Lutheran Zion church in White Marsh. And we was in on 59th Street. That was Tabernacle, and we taken the 2 churches named Tab Zone. That had the registry and everything. And then that's why they was telling us, well, we went in there saying, oh, you have to come and go to this because they have a place. All you got to put $1 down and get a house. So Pastor Torrey said, Sister Shoat, we ought to go to see why. I said, well, we don't need no house. Who won't get a house? I said, you living out in Upper Darby where the white folks live. So who? So he said, well, look, we just want to go and hear what the meeting all about. And we were at Zion White March, they had all these folks like from the college and everything talking about this what the thing that way that was just God.
Section 8.
Section 8. And he said, you only have to put it $1 down. So
On the Fannie Mae.
no, this is Section 8.
Okay.
And so when they say that, so I had known him with some good quite a while because he used to, when he first lived down there, and so I say to myself, and I say to Pastor Tarkin, I'm going to play on like I want to get a Section 8 house. Now, I don't want no Section 8
Right,
house.
you don't need one. You own a house.
I own a house.
Right.
But I'm sitting out there with all white folks.
Yes.
So I'm playing, I need a house. Pastor Tarkin now, my pastor with me, he's a white man, and I'm a black woman. So I think them folks thought I was going to get a house. Honey, changed the whole thing around. I'm not lying. And you know where that Cab Jones finally bought 3 houses down in the 3800 block of Halford Avenue. 3 of those 3-story houses. And when they broke up, you was already going to California. When they broke up, they had to give us our interest back in there because it wasn't that much, it was 60% interest. But then when they sold the houses and things, and then that's when they went to bring it in the black neighborhoods. And when they brought it in the black neighborhoods, a woman couldn't have no husband. She got children. Just she and her children can live in it now.
The breakdown of the family unit.
What? And
That's what it is.
Okay. And so I'm saying, I don't think that Maxine Waters is the only one that know what's going on in Congress. And the woman from Florida that talked to the money like about all laws and things.
Is there anything you want to say to the youth, to what's happening?
Well, what I want to say to the youth, it's a new time and a new world with all different new minds. And we're not going to have the same youth that my children was 30 and 40 years ago. See, first thing you got to learn that it is a new time. It's more people in Philadelphia than there was in the whole world like 400 years ago. You know what I mean? And so that's the first thing you got to think, that you can look, but you're not going to get to. You have the same person body, but you're not going to get the same folks. Because you see, when I was a girl, they didn't have such thing. When I was a young woman, you thought you had a good stove, but you didn't have a microwave. Now all you got to do is go and get something put back there in 2 minutes, it's done. And everybody is eating their own dinner. How many folks you know eating at the table? And there are people that everybody come in and get their dinner or bring their dinner with them. Bring some, that's what you making? Oh, you made chicken. Oh, Mama, I don't like chicken like that. I want some Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken down there on the corner. Well, I don't want Kentucky.
Hormones in the chicken? Chicken doesn't taste like they used to taste in the old days.
Like the old days.
Yeah.
As I said, the best frying chicken in the world when I was a girl was black folks was frying them. No, they ain't no white frying chicken, they go to Kentucky Fried.
Barred Rock chickens, Barred Rock and Rhode Island Red.
What do you have to say about for the saving of the families?
Well, I have did all I can to save the family if you're not saved.
No, I'm saying the families of, the African American families, not just our family. The African American families.
Well, the only thing I have to say is that they have to learn that it's a different world. It's a whole different world until they have more respect for their parents and grandparents. But you see, young black people, I'm going to speak for black now, I can't speak for white, try to be white, but they just don't unwhite. Because anytime you don't think that you can have respect for your both parents, hey, the whole generation is lost. But it shall return, because never nothing, the millennium, the 2000 should show every person in the world that the families and life continue until you get ready to go on the other side. Wherever you go when you die. And so when you say where you go when you die, there's some folks that believe that hereafter. There's still a lot of folks that don't believe in the hereafter. And my feeling about angels is just like I believe an angel is a person. Oh, cut.
You want to cut it now?
Oh, I thought you was cutting.
No, I was just pulling it tight on you.
You were talking about angels.
An angel is, like as I'm saying, with her sitting here, with Miss Pearl coming in, Miss Riley, that's my angel. Because she's the one that has to help me around. If I can't call that an angel, because them with the 6 wings, you shall only see them in a, like I said, God created the angel, and then he created human mankind. He didn't create you to be an angel, so whenever you die, that's my concept. You're not going to be no angel anyway, because you're a dead person. Because God said, at least Jesus said, I'm going away to prepare a place for you. He didn't say where he's going. He said, where I am, there you shall be also. But he didn't say I'm going to heaven, where we're going to live as angels. And I had a minister, and my girls know him because I don't know, did you all ever, were you all up when Pastor Gunther was at?
Oh, yes.
Pastor Gunther sent me a whole book because he went to a conference night. This is a young man that taught my girls there when they were young. And he is a man now like retired, and he's teaching up in Detroit in one of their seminary. And he sent me he went to a conference on angels, and he sent me the whole book. And this, I believe it, that angels are folks that if you just help somebody along the way, then your living won't be in vain. That's my feeling.
No, you want to wrap it up right there?
Yes.
Okay.
And I hope.
Does the daughter want to say anything?
I would just say this is most wonderful, loving mother in the world, and my mother and my father gave us the perfect life. We wanted, we needed for nothing. They gave us all. They gave so much to us that other people from the community was coming in and we were sharing it with them. And they also allowed for all of us to have college educations. If we chose it or not, they paved the way for us. And I thank God for this wonderful mother, my father, sisters and brothers. And thank you for the positiveness that both have given us.
Thank you.
We have about a minute left.
Okay. My mother named me Sharon Joy Shoatz. When the Black Power days came around, I wanted to be everything because they said that was your slave name. So I wanted to be Leo, Yakima, and anybody else. But I thank God that I have a chance to say thank you, Mom, because she gave me Sharon Joy for life. So in my life now, I'm sharing joy with everybody that I come around. Sharing joy, and I'm showing Sharon Joy Shoatz. And I thank you, Mom, and I thank you for being patient because I went through a whole lot, and she went through a whole lot right behind me, and she stood there all the way and held the door open. when that prodigal son came back. And I thank you for that, Mom. I just want to say that.